Long ago, in a small Yoruba village where the sun rose gently over farmlands and the cock crowed to wake the people, there lived a young woman named Abike. Abike was the kind of girl everyone noticed when she walked past. Not because she wore gold or fine clothes, but because her beauty was natural and her smile lit up even the darkest heart. She was tall, with smooth skin the color of ripe palm fruit, and her laughter carried like music through the air. Every morning, she carried her clay pot to the stream with the other girls, singing playful songs as they went. Among those who admired her quietly was a young man named Ademola. Ademola was the son of Baba Adeyemi, a well-respected hunter in the village. Unlike other boys who were quick to boast or fight, Ademola was gentle, hardworking, and soft-spoken. His eyes always followed Abike whenever she passed, but he never had the courage to speak his heart until fate created the chance. One bright morning, Abike was at the stream, laughing with her friends. They splashed water, teased each other, and hummed songs. Suddenly, her pot slipped from her hand and cracked against the stone. She gasped, worried that her father would scold her for carelessness. Just then, Ademola, who had been nearby fetching water, rushed forward. "Don't cry, Abike," he said softly. "Take my pot. I will carry the rest for myself later." Abike looked at him in surprise. No boy had ever given up his pot for her before. She smiled shyly and whispered, "Thank you, Ademola. May the gods bless you." From that moment, their story began. As days turned into weeks, Ademola and Abike found themselves drawn closer. They began to meet secretly under the big mango tree at the edge of the village, where the breeze was cool and the air smelled sweet. They would sit for hours, talking about dreams, about farming, about the future. Abike told Ademola how she wished for a husband who would love her, not just her family's wealth. Ademola promised that no matter what happened, he would stand by her. Their laughter echoed in the night, and sometimes they would pluck mangoes together, racing to see who could eat the sweetest one. But love in the village was never private. The people noticed everything. Soon, tongues began to wag. "Have you seen how Ademola follows Abike around like a goat tied to a stick?" one woman said in the market. Abike, the daughter of Baba Risi. "That girl deserves a rich trader, not a hunter's son," another replied, shaking her head. The gossip spread like harmattan fire. Some laughed, others frowned. And slowly, the whispers reached their families. Baba Risi, Abike's father, was a proud farmer with many barns full of yam. He loved his daughter, but he believed she deserved a man of status. One evening, he called her into the hut. "Abike, my daughter," he began, his voice stern. "I hear you are spending too much time with that hunter's son. Is it true?" Abike lowered her eyes, her heart pounding. "Baba, Ademola is a good man. He is kind and..." "Enough." Baba Risi slammed his hand on the stool. "Kindness does not fill a barn. Kindness does not bring cowries or land. I want you to marry someone who will add to this family, not reduce it. Stay away from Ademola." Tears welled in Abike's eyes, but she dared not argue. She bowed her head silently. Meanwhile, in another compound, Baba Adeyemi had also heard the news. Unlike Baba Risi, he was not angry but cautious. Sitting by the fire one night, he said to his son, "Ademola, listen well. Abike's family is rich and they are proud. If you truly love her, you must prepare your heart. They may not accept you. Can you face that?" Ademola clenched his fist. "Baba, I love her. I will fight for her if I must." His father sighed deeply. "Love is sweet, my son, but families can turn it bitter. Be careful." Despite the warnings, the two lovers could not stay apart. They continued to meet under the mango tree, whispering promises. Sometimes Abike would laugh to hide her sadness, and Ademola would hold her hand tightly, swearing that nothing would tear them apart. But unseen eyes were always watching. One evening, Abike's younger brother, Sei, followed her quietly. When he saw her laughing with Ademola under the mango tree, he ran home to tell their father. Baba Risi's face darkened with anger. The next morning, he confronted Abike in front of the whole family. "So, it is true," he thundered. "While I speak, you disobey me. You bring shame to this house." Abike trembled, trying to explain, but her father raised his staff. Her mother rushed forward to stop him. "Please, my husband, do not beat her. She is still young. Maybe she will listen." But Baba Risi spat on the ground. "As long as I live, that hunter's son will never marry my daughter." The tension grew heavier each day. Villagers whispered louder, enjoying the drama. Some pitied the young lovers, while others mocked them. 3 old women, famous for gossip, sat at the market corner every afternoon, shaking their heads and exaggerating the story. "I heard Abike sneaks out at night just to see him," one said, eyes wide. "Not only that," another added, lowering her voice, "I heard Ademola swore to marry her even if it cost him his life." The third woman clicked her tongue. "This will not end well. Mark my words." The gossip reached every ear, making the lovers' burden heavier. Yet, whenever Abike and Ademola met, they held each other tighter, as if to prove the world wrong. One night, under the full moon, Ademola looked into Abike's eyes and said, "Even if the whole village turns against us, I will not leave you. Do you believe me?" Abike, with tears glistening, whispered, "I believe you, Ademola. But my heart is afraid. My father's anger is like fire. What if he forces me to marry another?" Ademola pulled her close. "Then I will fight for you, Abike. Even if it means standing against the whole world." The night air was heavy with their words, but in the shadows, someone listened. A cousin of Abike, who secretly disliked her, had followed them. With a sly smile, she hurried home to report everything. The next morning, the entire compound buzzed with anger. Baba Risi gathered his brothers and elders. "This nonsense must end. If she will not listen, we will put an end to it ourselves." On the other side of the village, Ademola's family also gathered. Baba Adeyemi warned, "The Risi family is planning something. We must be ready. If they want war, they will get it." The lovers had no idea that their families were already sharpening knives of conflict. The village prepared for a storm, and whispers filled every corner. Abike sat alone that evening, her heart heavy. She wanted love, but the world around her was tearing it apart. She whispered to herself, "Why must love be this hard? Why can't they just let us be?" Little did she know that before the next moon, everything would change forever. And as the night grew darker, the sound of drums echoed in the distance, a sign that the elders were calling a secret meeting. Both families were ready to scatter the love before it could grow. The mango tree that once sheltered their laughter was about to become the stage for betrayal. And that was only the beginning. Because in part 2, the war between love and family would explode like thunder. Love had brought Abike and Ademola together, but now, family was about to tear them apart, and the whole village would watch the fire burn.